Well, hello and welcome to our virtual uh, meeting with Mr. Wyrick for back to school night. Um, I teach math readiness, chemistry, physics. Um, I'm in room 614. Easiest way to get a hold of me anytime is tywyrick@auhsd.net. Um, I have found in the 5 or 6 years, God, maybe even 8 years now since we put in the new phones, um, either I don't know how to work them very well or they just don't work very well. And so email I know always works, but get a hold of me that way if you ever have problems. I do want you parents to know that I am available for extra help. I am usually here by about 6:15 in the morning, and I'm usually here till a minimum of 3:30 in the afternoon. I do leave occasionally when my daughter has a tennis match. I'll go and watch her. But as far as kids needing extra help, why they usually need it is um, they're not doing their work, turning it in on time. They're absent. Um, they're not watching the videos that I do make when we do notes in class, um, or they're just not studying for tests. So I can, go through an old test with them, and if they feel comfortable with the material at that point, I am happy to give a makeup test where we just sort of talk about it for anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, depending on how much time they need to talk about it, to make them feel like they do know the material. Because one thing I found in my classes is that the material comes back over and over again. So you don't just see it once; it'll show up and bite you again. So you need to kind of learn it the first time and make sure you retain it and use it at a later date. Um, but where can students get information if they can't remember? Oh, do I have an assignment? Something like that. Go to Google Classroom. Google Classroom has everything there. Usually I do anywhere from 1 to 3 or 4 week blocks. If I have it sort of planned out and I know everything is going to happen for a while, I've got a pretty good idea. I've been doing this for a while. So um, I pretty much know where we're going to be for the next couple of weeks, kind of thing. So if you're going on a trip, whatever it happens to be, going on STS for a COVID reason, whatever it happens to be, just get the information to the school and I'll send an email out, let you know, check out Google Classroom. There's like a little calendar in there, what's due each day, what we're going to kind of be doing on any given day, so that they have an idea of what's up. I do want to say that my science classes are tough, but they're not impossible. Definitely requires you stay on the ball. And that's where you got to, make sure that you make the Google Meets if you're going to be gone. Come and see me if you need help, because you will get left behind in a heartbeat if you miss too much class. So as far as all of my classes go, especially the math classes, you got to be a responsible student. You got to do your work on a timely fashion. It's got to be turned in on time. You've got to do some studying. You're probably not going to be able to just show up to a test and magically you get an A. You're getting an A because you're studying and doing your best. Most importantly, ask questions. If you are having trouble with something, not everybody gets this stuff right away, but I would rather you got it later rather than not at all. Sooner would be best, but ask questions. If you don't know something, you can't figure it out, make sure you ask. That's the most important thing. Well, I hope you've gotten to learn a little bit about me, a little bit about the class. If you ever have questions, again, best thing, email tyrick@auhsd.net, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I possibly can. Have a good evening.